Hello, it is Saturday, June 20th. It is around 11:30 p.m. at night, and this is going to be the first entry, I guess, of a new form of journaling that I want to try out and see if I like it. I like paper journaling. I have my phone over there. You did way. I got my journal right here, and I'll still do that as well. But can have so much to say and reflect on each day. And my it just takes too much time to write when I could just talk about it and get the same effect. I feel like, um, yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it or not. If I'm gonna be consistent with it, hope I am because I wanna, have this as an archive kind of thing where I can look back and look at my best days and my worst days and kind of see, you know, just the trends and stuff. I guess, but yeah, I guess I'll, I don't know if people are gonna ever see these. It's probably just gonna be me pushing into the endless void, pushing into the endless void for a while. Um, I don't intend for this to really be a thing of I'm doing this for publicity. I have been inspired by people on YouTube that kind of do this kind of thing, and it inspired me to do it. So if people relate to my life and relate to the things I go through and the talks that I talk to myself on here and people want to watch them, then that's cool. But I'm really just doing this for myself as a form of journaling because lately I just feel like my mind has been just leaving me and would like to not that happen. I would like to bring it back in. Um, I just feel like self reflection, honest self reflection, is the only way to do this. And this is my first entry, but I did try to record this a little bit earlier, and I'm doing it again because um, her vibe right now, and I didn't finish, but it was really challenging for me to kind of watch myself, even though I'm 23 years old and I already know what I look like. I know what I sound like, and I know what I am. For some reason, it was really challenging to watch that video. I think that's another reason why I wanted to continue doing this is just to be able to kind of face that fear of myself. I don't know if that's stupid, but I would say I'm afraid of. Let me think. Um, One thing about me is also another reason why I want to do this, which will help me out in the long term, I think, is, I would say my mind is very active all the time, and that's a blessing and a curse. But for me, I just have always struggled to get words out of my mouth from here into the actual real world. For me, there's such a difference between what's going on up here and what the real world is. I need to, connect those two. And I'm doing, I'm working on that in a lot of ways, but this is, I think, will help me. My laptop just crashed, I think. Hope it's back. I got a text message and the whole thing freaked out. I'm using a pretty old MacBook, but it's been used a lot. I used it for my college. So. Yeah, I just graduated college, I guess, about a month ago, and I don't know how to feel about it right now. I always thought I was going to be really excited to kind of get out of college for some reason. I always felt like it was holding me down and not allowing me to do what I want to do. That's kind of a long story, but which, hopefully more context will eventually be added. And for whatever reason, if anybody watches multiple, then they'll understand. But I'm pretty I talk about other things, so I didn't even finish that thought. That's the problem. I don't know. Anyways, just graduated college. I'm excited for life. I don't know if I Jesus just trains of thoughts running back and forth, but I'm excited for my life. Talk more about it maybe in another journal. But, what I wanted to talk about today, I guess, for today's main topic is perception, just perception in general. I feel like I struggle with it, and I want to explain why. Hopefully, kind of get these thoughts in words and see if they even make sense for anything other than just what's running inside my head. But I feel like, I have the thought all the time of we'll never know what I'm truly perceive what how people truly perceive me. I will never know how true people truly perceive me. Nobody really knows how they are truly perceived, and for some reason that really gives me a lot of anxiety. Not really, I don't think people would describe me as a control freak, but I like to control how what I in a way you can't really control that. You can't control how people look at you. I don't really care how people. It's a weird thing because I'm saying this. You think I would be like caring how people perceive me. I don't really care how people perceive me. I just would like to know how I am perceived, and that's just something that is kind of impossible as a human. Like, it's stupid. Like, oh, just like look at yourself in the mirror or something, or just watch a video of yourself. But that's you perceiving yourself. You're not. I don't know how my best friend perceives me. I don't know how my mom perceives me. I don't know how, you know, partners perceive me. It's strange. Like it's maybe this is only like a strange thing to me, but like, I always just thought like everybody is just you only ever live from the viewpoint of yourself and you can never see yourself from someone else's perspective. And for me, for some reason that's really strange. Really I don't really have much more to say about that other than something that caused me a lot of anxiety and stress. I don't really know how to cope with that because it's not like I said, it's not a thing where I'm like, oh, they perceive me in a poor way to what I want them to do. That causes me stress. No, it's more just like I will never know how I'm perceived. Like I don't know if that makes any sense. Hopefully I will get better at explaining things that go inside my head. But that's one of the things I've been thinking about a lot. And maybe it's just a stupid fucking thought that only makes sense to me. It's a little scary to know that you will never be able to know what you actually are. Because you can only perceive yourself from a first person view, you know. No, that's just like stresses me out for some reason. Like, I don't know why, like, yeah, but it does. Just the idea of my worldview that I've built over my course of 23 years. And so I'm gonna perceive myself in a different way than someone else that even a similarly aged person is gonna perceive me because everyone has grown up with different experiences and it's fundamentally gonna shape how they see someone. Because of the way I am and the way my brain is, I perceive people a lot differently than other people perceive the same person. I'm really good at reading people and I'm really good at knowing what someone's gonna do before they do it. Not all people are like that. And so in a way, like in this one area of reading people, I have an advantage over people and I can read people better than they may be able to read themselves, if that makes any sense. And it's scary because hold on, let me think. Often hold on, let me think without skewing my words. Hold that thought there. thinking. But geez, my brain, I gotta get it back. Unrelated, but also related. I'm really trying to be sober for an extended period of time. It's not like I was a like a heavy drug addict or anything, but college, you try things and you do them maybe more than you want, and maybe it has an effect on brain fog, which I would say I'm experiencing a lot. And I don't know if it's just the way my brain is. I'm really trying to live a cleaner, healthier lifestyle. And so right now I'm still having a lot of brain fog. You know, so, hopefully something that gets better. Just I'm reading this thing. I don't really want these things to be too long, maybe like 15 minutes, but I don't know, however long I want them to be. It doesn't need to be a. My brain loves to put things into patterns and make everything like perfect. Like, oh, you gotta do this, but then it just ends up ruining it because I'm too focused on. Oh, I gotta make each one 15 minutes. Why? Why can't I just make one 5 minutes, the other one 35 minutes? Like, why does it fucking matter? I'm gonna work on that for now. Just leave it with the idea of figuring out how to get over the fact that we'll never know how I'm perceived. I'll never know how people view me. And yeah, it stresses me out. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's not something I'm losing sleep over, but just something I think about a lot and that comes up in my head a lot and that I've never really brought it up to anyone. Like I don't know, my brain likes to think about things all the time about things just what I'm fucking saying. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end it off here. I'm gonna go to bed soon. I just finished work, which maybe I'll talk about another time. No, I'm gonna go to bed. It was a good day today. Not a perfect day, but with I don't know, with opportunities that I was given today, I feel like I made the most of them. You can't be perfect every day, and not every day is gonna be a 10 out of 10 day of doing what you need to do. It'll be all right. We're gonna make it through. Gonna keep reflecting. And so we'll see you whenever I see you.